Fighting their way through the goblin-infested valley of the pass, the survivors of the doomed East Haven expedition at last came upon the small hamlet of Kuldahar. Nestled within the roots of a massive oak tree, the tiny cottages were a welcome sight for the weary travelers. As the party approached the town, a warm breeze blew over them, chasing away the chill of the frozen pass, and carrying with it the sweet scent of cooking fires.
Fine. I'll see to that. Of course. Fine. I promise this won't take long. That's not a bad plan. Of course.
Welcome. I've been expecting you for some time now. Yes, well, bad news travels upon swift wings in these mountains. I know about your expedition from Easthaven. I know why you are here, for it was I who sent for you. Yes, I am Arundel, known to some as the Archdruid of Kuldahar. Though I invite you to dispense with the formalities and just call me Arundel, plain and simple. Titles tend only to serve one's own vanity and aren't really of much use in this small mountain community. Yes, it was I who sent Alistair to Easthaven for help. His death weighs heavily upon my conscience. For not only was he a student of mine, but he was also a friend and trusted companion. He will be missed, as will Hrothgar and the other members of your expedition. Let us say I knew of him. Word of his deeds has reached even our small, isolated town. I also know that his death, tragic as it is, was no accident. Someone or something did not want your party to reach Kuldahar alive. There are malevolent forces at work in these mountains. Forces that seek to undermine the delicate balance we druids have struggled to preserve for centuries. Oh, would that I could. The face of the evil remains hidden, but its presence is unmistakable. All about us, there are signs of its damaging influence on the balance. The unnatural weather, the recent rash of abductions, the numerous monster sightings in the pass. These all point towards something sinister. Even the animals sense something is amiss. The balance. It is what the druids of Kuldahar hold sacred and have worked to preserve for generations. It is all around us. It is us. Balance is the harmony that is achieved when man and nature learn to coexist, no longer contending with one another, but coming together as two parts of a whole. Balance is the belief that this town is built upon, the very reason for its existence. Druids of Sylvanas, the Oakfather, have tended this shrine since the beginning. For hundreds of years, we have striven to achieve the ideal balance between man and nature. When settlers finally came to this pass, it was the Archdruid Tolban, my predecessor, who laid the foundation for the relationship that led to the birth of this community. The great oak, the massive tree that stands above us, around us, it is a holy shrine to Sylvanas, for it was he who planted its seed when Faerun was first born. It is a testament to the raw power of nature, a monument to its ability to thrive in the face of adversity. Thanks to Tolban, the great oak we druids called the Kuldahar, and the town that has come to be known by the same name, have together become a monument of even greater significance, a monument to the balance. Tolban was the catalyst for the transformation of the shrine from a sacred grove to a thriving community in which man and nature exist as one. At first, settlers were kept away from this site. The druids of old saw outsiders as an affront to the sanctity of the tree and its sphere of benign influence. They erected thorny brambles to keep intruders out, and used their powers to frighten away the men and women that came to build homes in a place they felt was obviously so close to the gods. It wasn't until the succession of Archdruid Tolban that things changed. Unlike his predecessors, he believed that the settlement of the valley was not only inevitable, but it was actually the will of Sylvanas. He also believed that we had been wrong in keeping the settlers away, and that the Oak Father had intended people to share in the miracle of the Great Oak from the beginning. When Tolban finally became Archdruid, he formed a plan to fulfill the destiny of this sacred site by bringing about a union between the Great Oak Shrine and the settlers. It was this union that the Archdruid Tolban believed would achieve the harmony that we had been striving for generations. The harmony between man and nature. As it stands, Kuldahar is a monument to this vision. The tree and town exist in a natural symbiosis, where it is next to impossible to tell where one leaves off and the other begins. But now, the balance is threatened. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of? Oh, yes. Terrible, terrible. At first, there were tales told by travelers of companions disappearing into the night, snatched up from their bedrolls as they camped along the narrow trail that winds through the pass. We did not think much of these tales, for such occurrences are not unheard of in these mountains. Then one night, Conlan's boy Sheemish went missing. The next morning, the whole town searched for the boy, but turned up nothing. He was just gone, vanished without a trace. The boy was just the first. Several nights later, another disappeared, Megan Potts, the local midwife. Her husband Khalil was grief-stricken to the point of madness. With barely a word to anyone, he snatched up his sword and marched off into the darkness after his wife. No one has heard from him since. And now, the abductions are occurring more frequently. Aiden, the old innkeeper from the Evening Shade, was taken only 3 days ago. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of? As I'm sure you have noticed by now, there seems to be quite a few goblins about. It is not usual to see so many of their kind roaming the mountains so late in the year. It is almost as something has drawn them out of their holes, like carrion birds drawn to the scent of death. As if the goblins weren't enough, several giants have been spotted moving through the pass in groups as large as 10. That many giants traveling together in such numbers indicates they are organized and are acting with a singular purpose. I have watched their activities closely. Their tracks trace a deliberate pattern through the mountains, almost as if they were on patrol. Another thing, while I was out scouting the giants, I discovered other sets of tracks I have never encountered before. What manner of beast made them? I could not say. I can only tell you of what little I know. Which disturbances would you have me speak of? The weather in these mountains has always been harsh, but never like this. Fierce storms ravage the valley without warning, often lasting for several days at a time, before vanishing as quickly as they come. It is barely midway into Leafall, and yet the pass to the south has been snowed in entirely. Weather such as this is most unnatural. Nature presents itself in cycles that are predictable by those who know what to look for. I fear that if we do not soon discover the source of these disturbances, then all that we have worked for will be destroyed. The evil that has come to these mountains infects this town like a disease. As its people suffer, so does the tree suffer from the sickness that attacks the balance, corrupting it with its very presence. Already, the circle of warmth that radiates from the great oak has begun to recede. We were forced to abandon the outlying farmsteads as a result of the shrine's fading power. If we do not take action soon, I am afraid that the life-giving warmth will cease altogether. Both the great oak and the town, nestled within its roots, will die. This must not happen. We need your help. I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. It is a place not far from here. Darkness has always clung to the floor of the small canyon, as if the light of the sun itself were wary of the place. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. There have been rumors of the dead awakening and emerging from their dusty tombs to walk once more amongst men. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell. Please, you must make haste. Time works against us. We must discover the source of this evil before the balance is altered irrevocably. Interesting. It is impossible to determine exactly what ails him without examining him myself, but I do know of an herbal remedy that may ease his suffering. If you like, I could tell you the recipe so that you may help him help himself. Tell him to gather a handful of frost berries that grow throughout these mountains. He must squeeze the juices from the berries into a pot of boiling tundra grass. Once mixed, the entire brew must be consumed in order for the pain to subside. Please, you must make haste. Time works against us. I suggest you begin by investigating the Vale of Shadows. There are a number of ancient crypts hidden within the shadows of the Vale's narrow cliff walls. If these rumors are true, then I suspect that whatever is responsible for disturbing their slumber may be behind the other disturbances as well. Go to the Vale of Shadows, learn what you can about the happenings there, then return here and we shall discuss a course of action. Good luck, and farewell.
Of course. I agree. That's not a bad plan.
Me will smash your face!
Here.
I agree. Know any games we can play? I promise this won't take long. I'll see to that. Fine.
I will aid you as best I can. I will go on ahead.
Tell me.
Don't be shy. That's not a bad plan. Fine. That's not a bad plan.
Yes?
I am ready. Forward!
Death sentence.
Come on. That's not a bad plan. Hello, sweetheart. That's not a bad plan.
With faith, we may triumph. I will wait for you here. I must have courage.
Know any games we can play? That's not a bad plan. I promise this won't take long. I promise this won't take long.
By Tempus, the vision speaks true. You are the heroes from my dreams. Our paths have not crossed until this day. I am Yoldair, son to Rethric, elder and shaman to the tribe of the Bear. The vision is why I have come to this place. Tempus has guided me to you. This I cannot say. I know only that the storm of war darkens the skies of my homeland. My people are gathering in numbers greater than any have seen for generations. A king, both new and old, has risen to lead the tribes against the 10 towns. Already, the first snows of winter bear the dark stains of spilt blood. Wolfdane is his name. He was a great warrior from an elder tribe who was slain in battle on the eve of last season. Now his body has returned from death's halls to lead my people once more as king. Wolfdane's flesh is but a vessel, a borrowed tool. The spirit of the new king is much, much older than the form it now inhabits. It is said that the spirit of Jared governs his body. It is this claim that has fueled the fires of vengeance among my people. The same. You know our history well. Now, after centuries of imprisonment, Jared's spirit is free and rallies the tribes once more in a common cause. You must understand, I have read the signs. Tempus will not favor either side in the coming battles. Both my people and those of the towns shall be haunted by countless deaths without honor. I have cast my spirit into the nether realm in search of a way to prevent what must not be. My vision quest led me here to find you. You are the answer I seek. You must come to Hengoro, to the great mead hall where the tribes have gathered. You alone can forestall the war between our peoples. Although I am certain you are the heroes of my vision, I fear you are not yet strong enough for the task at hand. Go forth and sharpen your skills upon the field of valor. When you've grown stronger, return here and we shall speak more.
I promise this won't take long.
You have returned. Again, it is as the vision foretold. Very well. I shall remain here until you return. Mark well the passage of time. The storm draws closer with each passing moment.
That's not a bad plan.
I will aid you as best I can. Forward!
Don't be shy. Fine. agree. Of course. I'll see to that. That's not a bad plan. Come on! I agree. Hello, sweetheart. I promise this won't take long. I promise this won't take long. That's not a bad plan. That's not a bad plan. I'll see to that. Of course. Fine.
Here.
Know any games we can play? Of course. Don't be shy.
I am ready. I will go on ahead.
Come on. That's not a bad plan.
Tell me.
Hello, sweetheart. That's not a bad plan. Fine. Know any games we can play? Don't be shy. Come on. Hello, sweetheart. Know any games we can play? Don't be shy. Come on. Hello, sweetheart. Know any games we can play? What do we have here? Oh, it's you. You seem like a decent sort. Indulge my curiosity. Hello, sweetheart. Know any games we can play?